What's up, book nerds? My name is Tara and welcome to Top 5 Wednesday. Top 5 Wednesday was created by Lainey over at Ginger Reads Lainey. You can find a link to her channel and more information about the Goodreads group for Top 5 Wednesday in the description below. This week's topic is top 5 time travel books, and I've read a few time travel books in my day, maybe a total of 8 or 9, but I was able to pick out my top 5. So think of this more as a list of just 5 time travel books that you might be interested in picking up. First up is a high school English classic. You probably read it, or you might have read it when you were in school. It is SlaughterhouseFive by Kurt Vonnegut. This is a story that is very difficult to explain, though it's based in the World War II era and bombings of Dresden in Germany around that time. But what you need to know about time travel is it's sort of a postmodern, non-linear storyline, and the main character, whenever he's in times of stress, will time travel back all over the place into different planets and other things like that. So I would probably benefit from reading this about 7 or 8 more times to really understand it fully, but it was something I enjoyed that also has time travel in it, so it is number 5 on my list. Number 4 is another sort of English school classic type book. It is The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. It's very, very short, definitely worth a read if you're looking for something that's more of a classic. And I found it, when I read it the first time in 6th grade, I hated it. But I read it as an adult, and you know, it's a very traditional time travel story, right? He gets in his time machine, he goes into the future, and he sees what has happened to the world. And it's quite terrifying. I definitely appreciated those themes much more as an adult reading this. I think I last read it maybe 2 years ago. Number 3 is one I don't physically have, but that I read many years ago. It's The Time Traveler's Wife. And this story, though I don't remember a whole lot about it, and I never saw the movie or anything like that, the one thing that struck me about this is the paradox of falling in love in a time travel novel. So you have this character who only is able to fall in love with another character because they know they meet them in a future timeline. And then what happens if, you know, I just, like, the paradox of time really hit me on that, because I was like, how did they, like, in reality, they only know to meet each other because they'd already met each other. It just blew my mind. So if you're looking for like a good romancy kind of story, I know this one was very popular many years ago, but it's also pretty clear that it has time travel in the title, so you might want to give that one a read. Number 2 should come as no surprise. It may be on everyone's list. It's the obvious choice. It's Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban by J.K. Rowling. All I have to say about this book, since I'm sure you are all extremely familiar with it, is that I really wish I had like a little time turner necklace, because I've always thought that was really cool. And if I was ever going to have any Harry Potter accessory besides like my wand that I have right here, or my Funko Pops, it would be that necklace. And number 1 is Landline by Rainbow Rowell. This is one of her adult novels, and the time travel here is a little bit unconventional compared to the others, in the sense that in the story, when she's visiting her childhood home, she's able to pick up her telephone and call her husband in the past when they first started dating. So they're having some marital issues, and she's kind of reflecting on that, and she's talking to, you know, someone in the past. So I think that counts as time travel, and that's what makes it my number 1, because I very much enjoy Rainbow Rowell's books, and this was no exception. So those are my top five suggested time travel novels for you. I do have to note that there's one novel that I love. It's actually definitely on my list of top 10 favorite novels of all times. It's a middle grade novel. It's beautiful and wonderful, and it is definitely a time travel novel, but to tell you it's a time travel novel is a spoiler. So unfortunately, I didn't want to include it on this list, because part of the joy of that book is just not knowing that information. So there is one book that takes this sort of 0 spot on this list. But I think that's all that I have to say on that for now. So as always, book nerds, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.